Well, what have we here? They say basically not to worry until the snow starts going sideways. Oops. Not only did it start snowing heavily while I was inside, my next delivery of these two is basically off the grid. We have a giant map on the wall, and this is like basically a block from where the map stops. So we got that going for us. So let's go do that. It should be fun. Okay, so I just delivered a pizza to Jabba the Hutt. Jabba was unable to get off the couch, made me go inside, do all the heavy lifting, take the pizza out of the bag and place it on well, basically it was a freezer that was in her living room, and wanted a receipt because it's probably a business expense, I'm assuming. Something to do with the couch and the soap opera she was watching, and proceeded not to tip me. So now we're gonna go to that place that's way out in the boonies in this weather. Join me. Those are my tire tracks, and something about that just makes me happy. I don't know why. It just does. Like a little kid. Okay, we still have 2 miles to go to our next turn. We're really pretty much off the grid at this point. By the way, these are what Illinois cornfields look like in the wintertime. If you're doing a thesis or writing a school report, that's what they look like when there's no corn. When there is corn, they're actually pretty cool. You just have to take my word for it. Oh, I've been here before. It's that house right there that has no walkway to their front door. You have to walk through that huge yard to get to that front door. It's like a crazy house. And like you have to park over there, walk all the way through, so I just go in their driveway. And look at it, fresh tracks first. Told you I had the fresh tracks. Loving it. Anywho, that was a brother and sister combo at the house this time, and $5 for this guy. So, you know, sometimes things work out for you. I usually don't get tipped that well by those kids, but I think they appreciate the effort, you know what I'm saying, in these less than ideal conditions. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but this town is the slowest driving town I have ever been in my life. Everyone, I mean everyone, drives at or below the speed limit. Yes, below the speed limit. It's really weird for me because this is not how I was raised or something like that. I feel very bizarre driving 28 in a 30 right now. It's apparently the norm. People look at me like I'm a crazy person because I drive like you're supposed to. It doesn't help that I have the pizza sign on top of my car. And it has a phone number on it, so they call all the time and complain about me. I would say I probably get the most calls saying your driver did this, your driver did that, when basically their driver was just trying to get from point A to point B and avoiding the obstacles placed in front of him, namely everyone else in a car. So I'm feeling pretty confident as far as I'm not at fault in all these cases. These people just drive too damn slow. I don't know if they have something in the water or what's going on, but it's very lethargic the way they drive. Not impressed. I mentioned earlier that Jabba the Hutt had me come inside to basically do everything but wipe her ass for her. I haven't delivered pizza anywhere else, and I'm assuming this might not be the norm. I don't know, but people here, I would say they're on the high end of the scale as far as inviting a stranger with a pizza box into their house. I get asked inside all the time, and it's kind of creepy. Most places that I am asked to go into, to be technically honest, I don't want to, because they're either filthy or they stink or there's weird animals or something. But I wouldn't invite the pizza guy into my house. Okay. So I don't know what the motivation is. I've had them ask me in and then basically give me instructions like Jabba did, but like put the pizza over there, and they'll have place settings set up, and they'll have the money like stacked in like denominations, like a 10 and then a 5 next to it, and then like 2 ones, and then the change and like the quarters are all in one stack and the nickels in another. And one place I went to was super creepy. I went out there and they asked me to come in, and it was like a mother and her 3 daughters, and they were really seriously disturbing. They all had like homemade dresses on, and the whole house was like full of like porcelain shit and Jesuses, and like I think like little dogs in cages, or they might have been cats, I don't know, there were some animals in there, and they all had like really short like homemade haircuts, and it was just this super creepy vibe. And they took me into the kitchen and they paid for the food, and it was a fairly large order because there were 3 of them. They paid in all change, and they had every single denomination of their change stacked in individual stacks on the kitchen counter right on the edge. And I had to take my money bag basically and open it and walk down their kitchen counter and scoop change into a bag, and that's how they paid for it. So there's some really fucking weird people out there, and if you want to like kind of rub elbows and get to know the weirder side of your town, deliver pizza. Apparently that Diet Pepsi exploded inside while I was gone, so it's sitting out here now. That's the kind of stuff you miss, you know, out delivering. Sometimes you miss all the playful banter and wacky things that happen inside. But we have our own fun, wacky things that happen out here too, so. Okay, the snowing for the most part has slowed way down. This is what we like to call it. Well, technically, like if you were a meteorologist, this would be known as a light dusting or a coating of snow. It's not, you know, anything to write home about, but I like to pass on knowledge on these videos. So, light dusting, that's the technical term. I just passed this road back there, it's called Broadway, and it's really like a mess. That place is called Jedi Amusement, I'm not kidding, but I digress. Broadway is like the weirdest friggin' street of any town ever. It's seriously, it's an afterthought. It's like they designed the whole town, laid it out, and somebody's like, well, let's put a street called Broadway. I was like, well, where are we gonna put it? It's like, I don't know, just fucking wedge it in here. It is literally a complete and total mess. I've never seen anything like it. And if you lived on it, it would suck.
In 0.1 miles. Turn right on 5th Avenue, then arrive at address 507.
Phyllis never like waits until I'm done talking. She just, I think she's like got ADD or something, because she just jumps right in. I'm pretty sure this is the woman who lives upstairs and looks a little bit like Janine Garofalo. She's pretty cool. So maybe I'll try and pizza cam it and see if we can, it's gonna be tricky. I'll try. Alright, I'm gonna try and do this all stealth-like. Just hold my phone here, like maybe nobody will notice it. I'm pretty sure this is the upstairs apartment. No. Sometimes you literally feel like you're walking right into somebody's house. Hello there. Here's your Pepsi. Hey, doggy. All right, here you go. The copy's on the bottom if you could.
Okay.
Thank you. There you are.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
Took you right inside the belly of the beast. Okay, 99% of the time when I deliver to her, it's nighttime, it's very dark. She does not look like Janine Garofalo. It is the woman that I thought it was, but no, not quite as much so in the daytime. My bad. But nice, and let's see what we got here. We got tip money, so there should be more here somewhere. That other lady gave me some money. Oh, I already put that away. All right. I'm all locked in now. As much as I can be. Pet peeves. When the bills don't all face the same direction. See? She gave me this money. Good. Good. No. There we go. They all have to be facing the same way. I'm sure everybody's just like that. I'm not different. I don't know what that video looks like when I went in there because I've never done that really before. I always stop right when I knock on the door. If it looks halfway decent, I don't know. I'll see what I can do with an editing. I'll take it in the editing room and see if I can work my magic. What you really want to see though is me work my magic with the children. I personally, overall, don't like kids. I mean, there's occasionally a child that comes along that's different, it's kind of special, and I think they're cool. But as a lump sum, I could do without them. But they love me. I don't know why. Kids and animals, because I don't really like animals either. I don't own one. I'm indifferent to them, and I think that's why they like me, because I don't pay them any attention, and I don't annoy them. So they seem to gravitate towards me. It's like I'm like a safety zone or something. I don't know. It's kind of annoying in itself, but kids and animals love me, and I don't know why fully to this day. But even though I don't care for kids, have I made that point clear? Even though I don't care for kids, I work magic with them, and I'm convinced that many times my tip has increased because mommy is just like, this guy's good. The key is involve the child in the pizza process. I'm gonna have to show you how I work it. I think when it gets a little darker, it's gonna be easier. So if I get lucky and I deliver to a single mom with kids some kids stay in the background, some are really nosy and they just barge right up. And usually their face is like on the glass window, you know, pizza guy, you can hear them yelling. And then they I don't know, wrap onto mom's leg and get right in your face. So I include them in the process and it seems to work. The moms seem to think I'm like I like their kids or something. I don't know. But usually the tips reflect that, and that's based. Come on, let's be honest. It's the bottom dollar. I am not against using a woman's children against her to increase my tip rate. Okay, it's just I'm gonna come right out and be honest with you. Speaking of kids, this is just sort of like a life lesson that other people won't tell you. You know, everybody loves their own kids and thinks they're the greatest. That's a given. Just newsflash: other people don't really think your kids are all that great, and they're just not. So it's super awesome that you think your kids are, you know, the best, but in most cases, the mass majority of the world really don't give a shit about your kids. I mean, they'll pretend like they do, but come on. It's just lip service. Just walked back in, boom, 2-bagger. I will say that about this town, their voracious appetite for the pizza is absolutely staggering. I don't know where they put it all, because it's literally the amount of pizza they eat is mind-boggling. Tonight started off a little slow, but I'm on my 8th delivery now. Things are picking up. I close tonight, so I'll be here till the end, picking up all. Levi and I will pick up all the stragglers, Johnny-come-latelys, and believe me, people do wait until you're 2 minutes from closing before they call and order a pizza. It's almost a given. This delivery, I just looked at the address. I hadn't looked yet. Because, first of all, let me say the street that I'm going to, it's called Lefevre, and I don't care who you are, that is a fantastic name for any street, Lefevre. There's all kinds of jokes and like little songs that you can play in your head that go along with Lefevre. But I just recognize the address by looking at it. It is the hospital. And it's actually the security guard in the ER. And when I first started, for some reason, every time this kid ordered a pizza, I got it. It was me. I delivered to him. I think that's Ed, one of the guys that delivers for us. That's another story, Ed. Anywho, the security guard, I would always draw his order. Just random roulette, boom, every time. And I haven't actually taken a pizza to him in probably since summertime. I thought he either got fired or died or something. All kinds of horrible things can happen to an individual in an ER. But anyway, It's him. So, notoriously not a tipper. If I recall, like, it's been a while. I don't think he tips at all. So I'm thinking he's signing with a credit card slip. So the tip line will be blank. That's unless he's had some major life change in the last several months. Non-tipper. But on the plus side, I get to walk into an emergency room. So I got that going for me. If you like to kind of get a behind-the-scenes look at all kinds of different places, whether it be, you know, accounting or Walgreens or KFC or whatever. As I did a shoe store the other night in the mall. That was fun. Although the girl that was working there was gorgeous, but the guy working with her, wow. Basically kind of what you would imagine if I said, hey, picture a guy that works in a mall shoe store. Didn't appear to have a lot going for him other than he worked with a hot chick. But anyway, I digress. If you want to sort of see a wide spectrum of your city, deliver pizza for a while. And not only will you get the occasional invite into a house that you would rather not ever walk into and see family members that you would rather not know existed. You get to see, like, there is a bunny humping an egg. What says Easter more? So, like, I get to go into the ER here, and I tell you right up front, I hate hospitals. I don't do well in hospitals. And I know this is my, like, goof off YouTube page, so you don't know all about my past and the stuff I do and what I've been through. There's a reason I don't like going to hospitals, and actually that's the hospital right in front of us. We're almost to the ER, and this video clip's getting really long. Hold on. So we're gonna go into the ER here and not get tipped, which, you know, it's one thing to go somewhere and kind of like you leave and you go, kind of got stiffed. It's a different thing when you're going into it knowing that you're SOL, but you got to do it anyway. You almost want to, I don't know. Now, I'm a professional, so I would never do anything detrimental to pizza or the delivery process. The other weird thing is I, like, don't talk to people. Like, if you were sitting here with me, I wouldn't say 3 words to you because I really wouldn't have anything to say to you and probably end up just being annoyed by you. But you give me delivering pizza with a camera phone, and I'll talk your ear off. Oh, look, full house in the ER. I wonder if it's even legal that I just filmed that. Boom, no tip. I was way too nice to him as well, also, for someone who was basically looking me in the eye and not tipping me. But you know what? I'm bigger than that. So I would have, like, went sneaky cam in there, but I'm sure I would have violated, like, multiple HIPAA laws had I done that. And even that little, like, swing by of the front window, I'm probably looking at some jail time. So sorry, but maybe later. But not a hospital. It's not going to happen. Blah. Can't even talk. You know what the trouble with triples is, don't you? I don't know what the trouble with triples is either, but some of you are going to know what the reference is to, and you'll think, oh, look, he's a geek. Along with everything else, he's also a geek.
Please drive to highlighted room.
All right, Phyllis is going to lead me to the Tribbles residence, so this ought to be good. This is Phyllis telling me to turn right on a one-way. One-way. Phyllis likes to tell me to go the wrong way on one-way. Yeah, she's still telling me to turn the wrong way on a one-way. She does that occasionally. I don't know what her thing is with wanting to see me drive the wrong way down a one-way, but she does it a lot. So you really got to keep your head on a swivel.
Turn right on East 8th Street, then turn right.
You know, I don't trust her because of that one way. I'm going one extra block, which will probably irritate her, but I just, like I said, she likes to do that to me. Yeah, I got it, Phyllis. I don't know what I ever did to her to where she thinks it's cute for me to drive the wrong way down one ways, but it's pretty common. And like I said, you really got to keep your wits about you because she will lead you into imminent death if you let her. And okay, here we go. Tribbles. It's always odd when you pull up to a house to deliver pizza and there's a car leaving. It's like, Why are they leaving? I'm bringing pizza, but people do weird shit. Okay, that's another thing you'll learn if you ever fortunate enough to deliver pizza, is that people do weird shit. Okay, so the question, the trouble with tribbles, I can now tell you definitively the trouble is they're shitty tippers. The tribbles order was 2402, gives me 25 and tells me to, and I quote, keep the change. So that was 2 deliveries, 98 cents in tips. And now you know why I do this. Holy shit, is that a pizza? No, wait. There's a delivery driver in front of me. You see, the way we work it is this basically the first one back in goes to the bottom of the list, and then you work your way back up. Oh, good, they're turning. I think that's Angelo's. I wouldn't say there's like a feud between us and Angelo's. You sort of get either ignored, as you know, because we drive by each other constantly. We both have drivers on the road like all the time, and so you're constantly passing an Angelo's driver. And I look at them because I always want to see if they're giving me the stink eye, or you know, or if they're just doing the, oh, I don't notice you over there, because like, you know, we're the corporate sellouts. Apparently, you know, that's assuming that's how they look at us. It's like we're the corporate sellouts and they're the local sellouts. I don't know how that works, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, well, so when you get back, you go to the bottom of the list and then you work your way back up. And so there have been times where I have seen one of my coworkers returning, and they're actually ahead of me, but they're in, like, say, the right lane, and they'll come up to a stoplight, and there'll be like 4 cars in the right lane and 1 in the left. Now I go to the left lane, not totally to beat them back, but because it just makes sense mathematically to obviously go in the lane with 1 car as opposed to being like number 5 in a long side, right? I mean, who wouldn't? And most times the light turns green as I'm making that maneuver. So what they see basically is me and my Pizza Hut car fly by them on the left, and they're like, what? Because I mean, technically they would have beaten me back, but they just, I don't think I should be penalized for being a better driver. I mean, really, think about it. Just because I've got mad skills behind the wheel and I don't get stuck behind 5 cars when there's another open lane right next to me, you know, yeah, I get the next delivery and wait one, because like right here, everybody's going in the left. Me, cut to the right, zing around, look, boom, almost fully clear. 1, 2, I just passed 3 cars. Should I be penalized for that? And this guy's turning, make that 4 cars. You know, should I be penalized for basically just being awesome at driving? No. And if one of those cars that I just flew by because they were all along a slow line happens to be a delivery driver, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to take any heat for that. I'm not going to feel bad about it. You know, learn to fucking drive. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Right there, I could have gone into full dick mode. I could have passed these cars, then cut in front of them, and then turned left in front of them, basically making them have to slam on their brakes. See, I'm not a dick driver. I just get shit done. But I don't do it at the expense of, you know, ruining someone else's day, and I try not to ever make somebody else have to hit their brakes. I can give you millions of examples where my skills, they think I'm trying to do one thing, and then they honk, and then they realize, oh, shit, he's a far more advanced driver than I gave him credit for. That's not what he was doing. So, you know, I'm okay with it, because I get the job done in the end, and I know that they feel stupid. Just went in, boom. 2-bagger, we're out again. Going to an area that it's an apartment. I know where it's at, and it is pretty skeezy as far as just run down and nasty. But I used to have preconceived notions when I first started that like certain areas or certain houses or certain types of people, you know, as far as the tips would go one way or another based on sort of the geography. It's not the case. I've gotten really good tips many times by people who look like they didn't have 2 sticks to rub together. And I've gone out to the suburbs, to the nice houses, and just gotten totally shafted. So it's not about that. Actually, a lot of the people who are lower on the economic totem pole, you know, a lot of them have worked in the service industry, and they're the ones that will throw at you whatever they can. I don't know if you've noticed, but I wear these like super awesome gloves when I work in the cold. They're actually shooting gloves. They're not like winter gloves or driving gloves. They're for target like they're like tactical gloves, but they have like really good grip, and you can actually use the GPS touchscreen and the cell phone touchscreen with the gloves on, and they're warm somehow. I don't know. They're just like really cool. I lost a pair. I lost the left glove.
Then arrive at address 406.
I actually, shut up, Phyllis. I actually bought two. I had a set and I was wearing it, and then I was like, you know what? You know you're losing these. You know. So I bought a second pair that I didn't even open, and sure enough, I fucking left. I lost my right glove during a snowstorm. My left glove. God damn it. During a snowstorm, and actually lost it. I took a pizza to that upstairs building right up there on the corner, and lost it. So I had to. I had my backup gloves. 406. Now I gotta find out what building it is. This is goofy. 2, I think it's over here. So I have my backup gloves to fall back on, but I kept the other lone glove because I'm either gonna lose one of my new gloves eventually, and you know it's 50-50. It'll be the left one, so I'll have that old right one laying around, or I'm going back to this place right now. It's been like a month or more, and like several snowstorms, but there is a chance. I'm assuming some off chance that I think it's right here. It could be still here. This doesn't look like the kind of place that like people like pick up a lot of shit. So we'll see. Perfect example of what I was talking about. This is why you should listen to me. These apartments, or whatever you want to call them, the technical term for them is shithole. This is a low-income area. Dude meets me outside. You know, I basically just walked up, boom, there he was. So, you know, and $4, which is, you know, high average, and they're all facing the right way. End of story. So, like I said before, never judge a book by its cover or its location. But I am not going in there to look for that glove. It's not happening. That glove is officially dead to me. I just want to reiterate that the odds of all 4 of those bills being facing the same correct direction are basically astronomical. That was done on purpose, okay? The guy had his shit squared away.
Left on Martin Road.
Shit. And again, never assume when you go to one part of town you're going to experience one thing. And
0.1 miles to address 434.
you know what? I am going to piss Phyllis off. I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes. I'm going to show you the house I lived in. Nah, fuck that. You don't care. Fuck that. We'll just go deliver this pizza. Wait, shit, it's like right here.
434 on left.
Holy Christ. Wait. Help me, Phyllis. Damn it. Wait, none of these houses... There's no houses facing this way over here. Did I pass it? Hold on, I gotta see if it's a business. It's an apartment. Holy shit, I drove past it. It's... Alright, once again, we are looking at nasty apartments. I've been here before and it's really tricky because there's one that's like back there. Like, you think it's these guys, but there's more way back here. Now I have to, in the dark... see, wait. Shit. Pulled in too soon. That's not what I want. I don't know what the hell that is. It's in here. 432. All right, so I think it's behind this one. I made the mistake once. I was like looking at these 2 buildings and I was walking around. I was all, and then I was like, wait, fuck, there's a building back here. So they tuck one away. Boom, 434. So you can fool me once. Well, you can usually fool me 2 or 3 times actually, but not this time, for whatever reason. 434. Pow. One thing I do differently in these parts of towns is I do put my GPS like down on the floor so nobody can see it. But I think that's only wise. I mean, it's not, you know, who wouldn't? But anyway, I'm going to try and pizza cam this one, so let's see what we get. Oh, and another good thing is I forgot to mention, I left my reading glasses at home, and like my vision from like 2 feet in is basically non-existent. And the prices on these pizzas is really tiny. God, I hope I quote him the right price. I honestly can't read how much this costs. Of course, it's. I think I mentioned in the previous video, it's always like the furthest and highest. Like E is right there. Is D next to it? No, B is. Because that makes sense. There we go. Be quiet. Thank you very much. Do you want to change with that?
No, no.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have a great evening. Facing the right way, too. How do I put this? It smelled like a Grateful Dead concert. That was brutal. I might be high. It's starting to snow again. That's wonderful. There's no way you can tell me that you're not learning things. Because I'm high now, I'm gonna drive past my old house. I lived here from like when I was a baby to 7. And it's right next to a cemetery, which may also explain a lot of things. But let's see here. All right, so this is my stomping ground. This is my street, my hood from when I was a child. My best friend growing up at that early age was a girl, of course. Her name was Kathy, and she lived right there. And then this was my house right now. And I don't know. I think it might be. I don't know if it's bigger than it used to be. It's hard to say. I was tiny when I lived here. And then across the street, up here at the stop sign, would be the cemetery. And if you watched my other channel, you've seen me in this cemetery many, many, many times. It's basically right there where that car headlight is. This big cemetery right there. So growing up next to a cemetery, I don't know, may have had an impact on the man I grew into. I don't know, but anyway, back to get more pizza because that's what we do, and I'm really high. No, I don't know. I don't drink or anything, so that was really brutal. Literally walked into a den of hash or something. It was. He was feeling no pain, and ordering 2 pizzas makes complete sense to me. I can understand his motivation for all that pizza. Remember what I told you about the speed limit and the below speed limit thing that they have, that major thing for here? Yeah, we're going 26, 25, in a 30. It's at least it's 30, I'm pretty sure. We're 5 miles below the speed limit. These people don't seem to notice or care. This is the pace they're used to, and to me it literally seems like I'm in reverse and I'm going backwards. And it's not for me. I need to get out of here. Guy's driving a brand new huge SUV to a laundromat. How does that work? Well, honey, I can either get you that new upright that you've had your eye on, or the Escalade. So, you choose. You go with the Escalade, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be driving it to the laundromat twice a week. This is how you get ahead in the pizza game. My old friend, the snow shovel, and the 30 pounds of rock salt, and a sidewalk that could potentially kill people. And that's how I roll. Safe. And look, I think there's kids coming. They won't die because of me. This is just as good because it's just got this one doofy stop sign we're at now. And then it's just a straight shot all the way down to the street I was telling you about, Broadway, which is just a major fucking tragedy. I don't know, whoever... Trust me on Broadway, it's a mess like no other street you've ever seen. And I can't even like pinpoint what's wrong with it. There's so many little things that it adds up into just one giant road of wrong. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this house right here, it's a historic house. I'll get a better view of it up here. It's called the Dillon House. Shut up, Phyllis. I told you she butts in constantly. It's called the Dillon House. And I don't know the history of this area all that much. I just know that Dylan was, that's his house. Tell me it's not haunted. There's no fucking way that's not haunted. Anyway, he was some sort of big hoo-ha here, and the founding something did something here that made everybody giddy at some point, and his house is like a historic landmark now, and I've never been in it, but it is, it's cool looking, I'll admit that. Yeah, that's pretty much the high point of here. There's an Abraham Lincoln statue too, because like he came here and stayed the night in that house or something. I don't know. Yeah, and it's like one of those things where it's like a valiant effort. You see it and you're like, oh, cool, they have a statue of Lincoln, but it's almost like life size, so it's kind of silly because it's like up on a pedestal, like high. And when you put a guy that's like a 6-foot statue on like a 6-foot pedestal, it just looks tiny. See, there's like these signs that say Lincoln statue, and you're like, oh, sweet, because I'm like a Lincoln buff. I'm totally into Lincoln. I don't know, I don't really tell a lot of people that, but Lincoln is like my man. I just think he's like the shit. So I'm like, Lincoln statue? Hell yeah, I'm going. So I go there. It was like a hot, hot summer day. I was there. It was just fucking stinking hot. And so I get there, and it's like nobody around, and I walk up to the statue, and I'm just like, really? I mean, it's literally, like I said, it's like life size, and it's just like, I was expecting like this statue. But, you know, A for effort. They got a statue of Lincoln, and your town probably doesn't, so. Okay, it's snowing again, and every single mailbox here is covered in snow. I can't read a name, a number, anything. And all the houses are set way back off the road. So somebody here needs pizza, and I'll do it. They're going to get their pizza, but this is going to get weird. Driving down this dark road, looking at all these mailboxes that are completely covered in snow, and I just turned left into a driveway, and it's the house. I'm not kidding you. I just pulled right into their driveway like I was coming home. Like a boss. Okay, we're going on a 4-bagger, which is good news because that puts me at, I think, 17 currently for the night. Okay, the chick who I'm delivering pizza to right now, when she called on the phone, I took her order, and the last thing she asked me was who was going to be delivering this. And I told her it was either myself or Levi, and she said, okay, thank you. So I don't know what that's about. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, just knocked out all 4 of those, and actually very quickly. I'm actually surprised at how quickly I knocked them out. They're all done. Nothing but empty seat next to me. And I don't know, you can't really tell. And I don't want to condone this because of all the children who look up to me and other pizza delivery drivers. But I don't really wear my seatbelt very often. Like, I'm not wearing it now. And it's just sort of my thing. I don't really wear a seatbelt, like, I don't know, a quarter of the time, a third of the time. But children, buckle up. I'm not kidding. Okay? Because it's the law and you don't want to get a ticket. Okay, I'm heading out on deliveries number 18 and 19. I'll let you know if anything exciting or unusual happens. Okay, she didn't tip me shit. And, she had a triple butt. She had, her regular butt in the back, which is plentiful. And then she had, 2 in the front. She's getting 3 pizzas. And not a dime. And look at the weather. It's just shit. And these people don't understand. I'm trying to get to fucking New Mexico. Alright? What these people don't understand is all of this tip money, all of it, except for the tattoo part, is New Mexico money. It's for me to get the hell out of here and move to the desert, which is where I'm supposed to go. So, a buck, lady. Throw a buck at me. All I'm asking. It's karma. It's good for you. Seriously. I mean it. And I wouldn't have said you had a triple butt if you'd give me $1. So my boy Levi was leaving for the last delivery of the night. It sounds like he turned right here out of the parking lot. Started to go down the street there. His tie rod snapped. His fucking front tire buckled and fell off. And his shit's out of commission. So that is not the way you want to end a delivering pizza in shitty weather video, but unfortunately I have to end it on this sad note that Levi's car may very well be DOA. Rest in peace, Levi's car.